everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited to talk about all the books that I read in January / what is on my TBR for February. Also, the TikTok scare this month, I know it disappeared for like 16 hours, 12 hours. So if you're new here, hi, I'm Sally. I post a lot of book videos, travel vlogs, little vlogs about my life and everything in between. And I'm really happy you're here and I hope you enjoy the channel and the community and everything that's like here, basically. It is the end of the month, so I wanted to talk about all the books that I read this month in January. I am over the moon excited. I'm so happy to be back in my reading era. If you didn't know, I had one of the worst reading slumps I've ever experienced from basically April 2024 until like November of 2024. Could not pick up a book. I would try to read and nothing would be entertaining. I would just want to go on my phone. That's probably like a different problem. A lot of good books this month. I did already check off my first 5 stars of the year. Let's get straight into it. The very first book that I picked up was actually an audiobook, but I picked up Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I don't know why, but I was listening to this audiobook while working and I was like really in and out of it. Like I was paying attention for some parts, not really for some, and so I think I was just missing a lot of details and I ended up giving this one like a 3.5. I feel like it would have been a 4 or maybe 4.5 if I really gave it the attention. Jack is such a good character. Elsie is like really entertaining and really fun to read and like listen to her thoughts. I don't know why I couldn't really fully invest myself in this one, and so that's why it ended up only being a 3.5. But there were some scenes where I was like, that's actually really funny. They have really good chemistry. Their banter, it's hilarious. I just couldn't find myself to like really be 100% invested and I don't know why. The next book I picked up was also an audiobook. I got The Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This blew up on TikTok the end of the year. It went viral. Everyone was obsessed with it. So the moment it was like available on Libby, I checked it out and I listened to an audiobook, and I went into this audiobook knowing that it's just gonna be like pure fluff, no high conflict. It's just pure vibes. There's no plot. It's really not chaotic. Like it's a simple love story. It's ABC, the end. I feel like I came in with low expectations, like whatever happens happens, and it was cute, it was fun, but it wasn't memorable. This could have been like a short novella and it would have been cute, fun, simple, moving on, but this is a 300 novel and I just feel like nothing happened. I won't remember it. I definitely won't remember it in December when I do my reading like wrap up for the whole year. 3 stars. Then I read my first 5-star book of the year and I am still thinking about this. I read Butcher and Blackbird. I finished it last night. I stayed up until midnight and I was just like so invested, so curious. I just want to read more about them. I wish the author had like a bonus chapter. I'm such a sucker for like an extended or bonus epilogue, and I was like, is there more of Rowan and Sloane? Like I need more of them. I'm obsessed with them. I also woke up early this morning. I woke up at like 7 a.m. reread the last like 25% of this book over and over. It is so good, but I'm obsessed with this. I like want to read this again for the first time, but let me tell you what it's about because I don't think I've explained it. 2 serial killers that fall in love, and every single year they have this annual game where they get text like one person, like a serial killer name, and they have to hunt that person down, and whoever kills them first wins, and it's best out of 5. So this is like a 5-year journey, but it moves on pretty fast, and like they have text messages in between and they see each other like a few times before their annual games, and he's just like obsessed with her from the beginning. He was like, you're gonna love me, you're gonna fall in love, you're my best friend, and she's like, dude, I barely wanted to participate in this game. I just thought it was like, it would be nice to know someone else who has the same hobbies as me. But of course they build this relationship and they are genuinely so stinking cute and they love each other and they take care of each other in many ways, in different ways, and their banter is top tier. Like they are hilarious, especially Rowan. Some of the stuff he says, I'm like, you're so weird, but in the like most comedic way. But let's move on. I read 2 other audiobooks this month. I read The Sea Down the Block. I don't know if I can say this full title, but it is an adorable cover. I love this. And the author's note at the very beginning says, go into this book knowing that it's fluffy and it's light and it's not too serious. Like don't, just have fun basically. It's a friends to lover. It's about a librarian, a bookworm, and her best friend is a football player, and basically they fake date for a little bit. It was clear from the beginning that he has a crush on her, he's obsessed with her, but she doesn't know this, and slowly throughout the book she learns that he likes her, and so they build this relationship, and it's a really fast-paced book but steady build. It's low conflict, not too much drama, but just enough where it's not like a stale book. So I really enjoyed it. I gave this one a 4 stars. Super lighthearted, super fun. I felt like this was very female character centered. Like she had more of the story. It was dual point of view, but it was really her story. It was about her experiences. But for him, it was just all about her. So he kind of only existed in the book to appreciate her and love her. That was a really fun and lighthearted book. Then lastly, I read My Darling December. It's about Catalina and Luke, or Lucas? I think it was Luke. Catalina's little sister is getting married and she's the maid of honor and Luke is the best man on like the groom side. They started off kind of like, I don't want to say enemies to lover, but it's like they're not really getting on the best path. But slowly he is like asking her out. He says, I'm interested in you. I want to take you on a date. And they slowly build up to this relationship and it's so cute. He is such like a gentleman. I love the way he treats her and he just has the utmost respect for her, and also he's such a simp at the same time. Like for their first date, which he didn't even specify to her that this was a date. He was like, do you want to come over and hang out? And your little sister and her fiance is going to be there, so it's like a group hangout. But his goal was to basically make them leave and it's just going to be him and her. And he bought a $700 Lego set as a first date that she didn't even know was a first date. She was just gonna show up and hang out. But he had this whole elaborate plan. Like he's so in love already, and that was his quote unquote first date. So I ended up giving this 4.5 stars. I'd probably say 5 stars just because I don't want to be too harsh of a critic. A pretty good reading month, I will say. But let's move on to my February TBRs. I am so excited for each and every single one of these. Like when you put them together, they look so stinking cute. It's like this green and pink effect. But before we get into like the physical TBRs, I do have a few audiobooks TBR. I really want to listen to Deep End by Ali Hazelwood. This is her newest like romance book and I've been hearing nothing but good reviews and I'm really excited for it. It sounds really intriguing. It is about a competitive diver and an ace swimmer jump into forbidden waters in this steamy college romance. So I'm really excited for that. Another audiobook I have on my TBR is First Time Caller by B.K. Borson. Everyone keeps on talking about this book, so I'm really intrigued in it. The headline says, a hopeless romantic meets a jaded radio host in this cozy Sleepless in Seattle inspired love story. It's about Aiden, who has fallen out of love, and Lucy, who getting pressure about her love life. Like everyone wants her to have a happy ending and fall in love, and she just really doesn't know what to do. So those are the 2 audiobooks on my list, and I'm really excited for them, and I hope it's a good experience. But let's get into the physical books. First off, we have Morbidly Yours. I did try to read this. I'm on chapter 2. I started this morning because I needed something to get my mind off Butcher and the Blackbird, but this book wasn't like the best transition. There was a suspicion at the beginning. She thought he was a serial killer because he ordered like human body bags, but it really is just part of his job. Everything reminds me of Butcher and Blackbird. She just moved to Ireland from Texas and he lives in Ireland. It's his family's business being a mortician in this funeral home, and so he just kind of grew up with the job. But you can tell already that she's trying her best to make friends and she is so new to the area. She doesn't know what's going on and she just wants like a companion. And he is so shy, but in like the cutest nerdy way. And you already get those vibes off of like 2 chapters. I have such a bad habit of skimming ahead and reading like a few pages and then like snapping out of it, be like, oh my gosh, you just spoiled something for yourself. I'm just excited to get to the good part. Next up, we have A Bun Me for Two by Trinity Wing. This is by a Vietnamese author and I'm so excited to read this. It is a sapphic romance novel. It's young adult. It takes place in Vietnam and it features 2 female characters that are Vietnamese and you can see them wearing ao dais. And when I first heard about this book, I was so happy because I've never heard of a Vietnamese sapphic romance. Like I've never seen that representation myself before. Maybe it exists out there, but I haven't seen it. And so when I first heard about this, I was like, stop, I'm dropping everything and I'm buying it right away. It is the cutest book ever. Like look at the, I don't know, sprayed edges. It's so cute and it's pink and it just looks so sweet and romantic. This is about Vivi and Lan. Vivi goes to Vietnam and she just wants to learn more about like her history, her culture, like being Vietnamese, and Lan lives in Vietnam. She works at a banh mi food cart and they meet and they just get to learn more about each other and their shared experiences, but also their different experiences, and it just sounds really cute. Also like the topic of food, and so I'm just excited to read about this and I think the representation is going to be incredible. Next up we have Beg, Borrow, or Steal. I think this is a really adorable cover. I actually started this in audiobook form, but I took a little pause because I was starting like 6 books at once and I got confused. So I took a pause on this, but I'm probably gonna pick it back up in February. So that's why it's on my TBR. The headline says, 2 feuding 2nd grade teachers and neighbors find themselves teaming up in this new rivals to lover. I think it's just gonna be really cute and fun and kind of forced proximity. There's gonna probably be a lot of banters. I don't remember what I had started, but I only started like 2% or something. But I love Sarah Adams' writing. High in like romance and love and just like sweet moments. So I'm really excited for this. Especially, I just remember, February is like Valentine's Day. I'm just excited for this. I think February is going to be a month filled with love. Then we have Outdrawn, and this cover is so stunning. It's an independently published book, so it has that like matte feeling, and I talk about it all the time, but I love like a good soft matte cover over a glossy one. So excited for this. This is a rivals to lovers story. It's about 2 artists and they work at a webtoon comic company. One of them has been there for a long time and one of them is a new incoming creative, and so they butt heads a little bit. There's this tension, like, are you taking my job? Like, I've always been like the go-to creative artist. What are you doing? So I'm excited to read about this, especially because it's like a workplace romance. It is a sapphic romance and I'm just excited about it. And then lastly, we have Behind the Net. This is a hockey romance. This was sent to me by Dell Publishing. I'm so grateful and thankful because this has been on my TBR for the longest time. Back says, he's a hot hockey player she had a crush on in high school and she's his new live-in assistant. I love a good hockey romance. I love a good sports romance, but like hockey specifically is my jam. I'm excited for this. The cover is so cute. It's adorable. And also that like forced proximity, like she lives with him. There's just going to be a lot of tension and I'm looking forward to it. Lastly on my TBR, my friend and I decided to pick up our book club again. She picked The Stand-In by Lily Chu. Like, she fills in for this celebrity and she takes care of like the paparazzis and stuff so like the real celebrity can get a break. This sounds really good. I'm excited for it and I feel like it's gonna be one of those like fast-paced quick reads. It's just gonna be good. That is everything that I want to read in February / everything that I did read in January. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoy. Let me know what is on your February TBR, like what books you want to read, what are your reading goals for the year, or what book you read in January that you totally recommend or you don't recommend. I just want to hear your thoughts. Can't believe the first month of the year is already over. I feel like I'm stuck in 2024. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this one and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you.